Hello, welcome everyone to April of 2021. Thank you so much for being part of my journey, part of my Patreon, and allowing me to be a part of your journey. Almost dropped my notes, hold on. April of, wow, we are a quarter of the way through 2021. Wow, first of all, wow. I would like to talk about our quarterly check-in that I like to do, our quarterly self-review, life review thing that I like to do. Just a quick little refresher here. This is something instead of if you've heard me talk about this before, I came across this in lieu of New Year's resolutions. But instead of doing it once a year, I felt that it was more practical for me to do it like quarterly, every 2 or 3 months. Or you can do it monthly or whatever, whatever works for you. Go over a couple of, just, jot down or go over in your mind or meditate on, a couple of highlights over the last couple of months, disappointments that you might have had over the last month or so. Anything that's like a game changer, anything that plot twist. Did you have a plot twist come up, and how did that affect you? Areas of focus, that something that you might be focusing on, something that you might have forgotten. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, because if I've forgotten it, maybe someday I'll remember. And I've added, some things to it myself. Any lessons and growth that you've had from some of these disappointments or game changers? Have you had any heart treasures? I love this one. Have you had any heart treasures in the last month or so, or since the beginning of the year, if you want to do it quarterly like I do? I wanted to share a couple of things with you, and like I said, to kind of see how you can work these together. I had my stepdaughter died. One of my stepdaughters died at the end of January. And it had been a long time since I had seen her. She had cut herself off kind of from pretty much everyone, except for, I think, occasionally her sister and her grandmother. But not only anybody from my side of the family. Like I said, this was my stepdaughter, but almost everyone from even her own biological father, she had cut herself off years ago. And when I was in her life, I raised her for about 6 years. It was during a very poor time, poor decisions, during I was, using drugs and so forth. And so I really started down that road of beating myself up and thinking, what could I have done different? I wish I could have done different, and so forth, so that she didn't end up how she ended up. And then I realized that there is nothing I could have done that I could do about any of that. It was in the past. At the time, I did do the best that I could with all of the children that were in and out of my life. It might not have been the best by the world standards or whatever, but I did devote, even though I was on drugs, I devoted to my kids and tried to do the best I could. And so I couldn't, and like I said, it wasn't just me that she had cut off. She had cut off from everyone, and it had been years. And that was her decision. And I had to come to grips with that too. And so that was not necessarily a plot twist, game changer. But maybe it was, because like I said, it sent me on some reflections, and I was able to catch myself and say, hey, yeah, there was a lot of stuff I could have, should have, would have done different. But I can't change that now. And just to have that realization and be able to let that go and realize that I'm not that person anymore, that was such huge growth for me. So I feel like that having that happen really gave me a hey, look at this. You are not that person anymore. You did do the best you could at the time with what you had. You're doing the best you can now. So it really, again, maybe not necessarily a game changer, but definitely some growth. One of the other ones here that I wanted to talk about, areas of focus. I actually couldn't find an area of focus for the last several months, other than just getting through to the sunshine and the warm, getting through to spring, feeling, kind of scattered. And so that's something I'm going to kind of work towards for my next review, life reflection, here in the summertime that we'll do. But I'm going to focus on focusing, focus on being more focused. So again, I've got this list of the things, the reflections, and ideas. I will type that up again for you. It's fairly short, and find what works for you. So, all right, we're currently in Aries. Oh, I wanted to talk about Archangel Jeremiel, because Archangel Jeremiel is we'll be meditating with Archangel Jeremiel here at the end. Archangel Jeremiel has been on. I've been meditating on this video today here for a couple of days, and already Archangel Jeremiel had come through. And I thought it was because, it's time to do our life review, reflections, so forth. And Jeremiel can help you with that, can help you have those deep reviews, those fearlessly, and give you the strength to get deep into it. Access anything that was embarrassing or humiliating, and find the lessons and the strength and the growth in that. Archangel Jeremiel is really good for that. But as I was going through, I've got my moon diary and my other notes and so forth. I was just amazed that Archangel Jeremiel is, I feel, very, very key and very willing, like I said, to help us all get through this month of April. It's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. So so hold on tight, but there will be lessons and growth. There will be growth. You will be able to see that growth, like I did with my stepdaughter situation. I was able to say, look at how far I've come. I was able to see it, and wow. Not only will you be able to work through it, but then you'll be able to see it too, and that's huge. That's like getting the gold medal at the Olympics of spiritual growth. I think when you can see it and accept it and recognize it and like feel it in you, like, yeah. Okay, currently in Aries. Aries is our fire energy. It's a cardinal beginning of the season for North America. This is our beginning of spring season. We just had the equinox. We just had full moon too. We will have a new moon on the 11th of April, and then another full moon again on the 26th. So I wanted to talk about, remember in December when we had our grand conjunction and great mutation of Saturn and Jupiter. I got to check my notes. Remember then when they came together and everybody was all excited, and then the full moon was right there next to it, and it was the Christmas star. Yeah. And my husband and I had been watching since about August, I think, in the evening, how Saturn and Jupiter were getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer together. Well, once they did that conjunction thing and mutated into, let's see, we went from, oh shoot. Oh, we went into air, didn't we? We went from Earth to air. Sorry, it's not in my notes, and I'm brain farting. Anyway, we conjuncted and mutated. Then it dipped below the horizon, because I know that we watched, it would be kind of in the evenings, it would be kind of in the middle of the sky, and then it slowly moved towards the western horizon and it dipped down. Now it's going to come up in the eastern horizon. Saturn and Jupiter will both still, they're moving further apart though. And we'll be able to see that in the morning. And I believe starting in August or September again, we can see it again in the evening and watch it grow farther and farther apart. But for now, look for that in the morning. I will try to find more details about where exactly, or at least a link of where to look, if that's something that you want to look for, because I just think it's fascinating. So, all right, we are going to go to our, hold on in just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, going to go to the Moon Diary, my little excerpt out of my Astro Moon Diary. Remember when I said that it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster? Says the desire is there, but disappointments and malfunctions experienced over the first couple of weeks of April are perhaps due to a mysterious cause that needs deep thought to uncover and a deep remedy to heal. Again, Archangel Jeremiel, that's where he can come in and assist you with this deep undercover. This is undercover stuff. This is deep in their stuff. Let's see. A thorough understanding of your own and others' rights and of rules and boundaries will help you achieve your desires in a most harmonious way. So again, we're gonna ask Archangel Jeremiel to help us get into the deep stuff. Like I said, we just had a full moon. Anytime from the full moon going from bigger to smaller to a crescent, that's when you release things, when you let things go, when things get smaller. Use your God box, do your 4x4 breathing. Remember that these painful things that can arise, examine what is it, what's going on, what's it teaching you, okay? Ask Archangel Jeremiel to assist you with that. Let's see. A fresh start may be scheduled to coincide with the new moon on the 11th and can be expected to ignite widespread wildfires of energy and enthusiasm. So we're going to go from this down to start going back up, because again, once the little new moon starts getting bigger, things can grow. Full moon on the 26th. It says, remember, might does not make right. Bullying force must be guarded against. I've done some hibernation, not because I don't want other people around and their shit. I mean, I don't, but because I've been in a funk and I don't want my shit spilling out onto them. So put up your boundaries. Make sure that you don't let anybody else bully you, but also watch yourself. Watch your own attitude and don't be leaking out onto others. Leaking out bad juju, bad energy. Many shocking revelations can be expected between now and the end of the month. Okay, again, this is the full moon. Between the full moon and the end of the month, which is on the 26th. Especially around the time of the full moon, there are wake-up calls to pay attention to the need for change on both individual and collective levels. Domestic matters and maritime worlds particularly. And we all know that there's so much going on in the world. Take care of you. Let the world take care of the world, if that's what you need to do. At the very bottom, it says action stations, battle stations. We need to be ready. Take care of you. Ask Archangel Jeremiel to help you get that healing and growth and that layer. Shed that layer of whatever. Get down deep. Okay? All right. I think we're ready to go ahead and do our meditation with Archangel Jeremiel. Before we do that, I've got some candles going right here. I felt like having a little bit more. I got out, this is calcite, and I don't know the properties of it. But it just felt, I feel like that I personally need some water energy, some calm, nourishing energy, go with the flow, water, get back in touch with my emotions where my emotions haven't been very, like I said, I've had to hibernate so I didn't spill yucky onto other people. I put this on. This is an oil blend that a friend of mine made. So I got those out because I felt like they wanted to join our little meditation here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the sage going. If you want to wiggle and stretch and get comfy for a minute, we'll get the sage. Oh, there's my lighter. And we'll do our 4x4 breathing. Oh, that's going really well. Okay. All right. Is everybody wiggled and comfortable and ready? If you want to close your eyes, we'll begin. One more. Really let it out. Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is, we thank you for this time together. We ask that you send the angels and messages and guidance that they have for us. We ask that we be surrounded by love and light. We ask that Archangel Jeremiel in particular join us. We ask for the guidance and the strength to dig deep down. Let's take another couple of deep breaths here. And just imagine that you're sitting in a warm pool of clear blue water, and that anything painful, anything scary is being washed away. water is the perfect temperature as it laps around your skin. It feels cool and warm at the same time. And you float in the water and just allow any anxiety, any stress, any pain to just float away, be washed away in the water. Let's take another deep breath here. As you climb out of the water, you notice there's a chair with the softest, warmest, fuzziest towel you've ever felt. You wrap that around you and sit in the chair in the nice golden warm sunshine. And you feel so warm and soft and cozy. And you notice there's flowers and trees, butterflies. And you know that spring is here. And it is time to release the last little bits and let them go. Soak in the golden warm sunshine and arise anew with this new healing and growth firmly in place. Another deep breath here. We're going to take one more deep breath here. And then I'm going to count to 3 and take a deep breath in between. Here we go. 1, wiggle your fingers and toes. 2, wiggle and stretch a little bit more. And 3, open your eyes. I feel like we should reach up and stretch. And just imagine yourself soaking in that sunshine and surrounded by that soft, warm, fuzzy blanket of love. And remember to ask Archangel Jeremiel for assistance when you need it. And have a wonderful day.